Well, the music's coming in a second, producer Jacob. There it is. Welcome in to the PHNX Fantasy Sports Show, brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. I'm your host, Shane, joined as always by Shawn Espo. Guys, are you feeling like diehards today?
I am feeling like diehard. I'm feeling like a diehard dog.
Diehard dog.
Diehard underdog.
Yippee! Well, I just butchered it. Wow.
Well, great start.
I butchered it.
Yippee-ki-yay.
If you aren't following us on Twitter, follow us at PHNX_sports. And you haven't seen this, we got something pretty fun to announce, Espo.
We do?
What does being a diehard mean, guys?
Well, it means living and dying for your teams, but it also means more content, more discounts, more swag, members only swag for our diehards that you can only get if you're part of the family. But it also means more free content for those of you that aren't part of the family yet. We know you'll get here, but if you're not there yet, more free content for you too.
Yeah, if you become a diehard, premium member events become available, exclusive merch drops, and more. So upgrade your fandom today and become a PHNX diehard. Check out gophnx.com/diehard or smash the link in the description. You get a free t-shirt every single year, 20% off all merch all the time, and 20% off all the events. And you get exclusive and curated content just for you. I can't confirm you'll get pictures of Gerald, but I also can't deny that. So
I'll personally text them to you if needed.
Whoa, you have them.
Well, I can't confirm or deny.
Is there a girth fault we can unlock?
that's a different kind of Woj bomb.
Unlock the girth. All right, well, let's talk about Week 10 because Week 10 brought a lot of interesting scores. We had a game in Germany that was kind of fun. Seahawks made it close at the end. We had, the Dolphins offense looking really good. We had somebody circling the wagon that wasn't the Buffalo Bills. We saw Jeff Saturday win a game.
Yeah.
So we'll start off with that.
Insane.
Let's talk about the Colts and the Raiders. From a fantasy perspective, guys, are we believing in JT? Are we out on Devontae Adams in this offense? What are we doing?
Out on the Raiders.
Even Devontae.
I mean, no, but also he's good enough that you're not going to trade him.
So if you could trade him, would you?
I mean,
to a small man.
One person on this panel did.
I wouldn't have traded him, especially in a trade that also involved me sending away the number one fantasy quarterback, but that's neither here nor there. Devontae is still good. So obviously I'm not going to go out of my way to trade him unless I get something crazy or I'm Espo. But otherwise I have no interest in the Raiders.
You all can laugh it up, but I'm not going to wind up in Waffle House. I was making sure I did not wind up in Waffle House based on injuries and lack of depth on my team. I had to sacrifice the top end to make it a better all-around team.
Understandable.
Yeah. So the Colts ran the ball a ton.
Yes.
And that's just, Jeff Saturday, that's what he does. This is one coach, or this one game coach, but you can already tell this is his philosophy.
Yeah.
He knows he has a guy in the backfield that can get him some extra yards. And we saw that line open up a little more. I don't know if Jeff Saturday was just like, hey, play better, or the line just kind of figured out. Sorry for hitting the man.
Yeah, that was unnecessary.
But props to him getting that win. Hopefully many more to come because he's a great guy. I already see some questions in the chat. We'll get to those at the end of the show. We'll save them, so don't worry if we don't talk about them now. Big Trev and Adam, we will get there. But before that, let's talk about the hard-knocking Cardinals.
Wow.
Colt McCoy and the Arizona Cardinals.
Hook them, baby.
Beat the Rams. Are the Rams dead?
Yes.
Yes.
And has Colt McCoy killed them?
I think the Bills killed them in week 1, but Colt McCoy put the final nail in the coffin, I think.
Dinking and dunking them to death. He did it, but they're dead. They're not coming back from that.
So obviously there's a lot of discussion about Kyler Murray and Colt McCoy and discussions that really shouldn't be had. I understand you see a game that was won, but it's also just game planning. So if Cliff Kingsbury can't game plan Kyler Murray to do something like that, then there's a problem at the helm. Look, the defense in the NFL is cover two, two high safeties, keep everything in front of you. And so, of course, success usually comes when you are patient and you have a patient quarterback like Colt McCoy. Kyler Murray is not a patient quarterback, but he needs to be taught to be one.
Yeah.
I think that will come. I wouldn't give up your hope. I'm in a couple fantasy leagues where Kyler Murray has been dropped, which is kind of crazy.
That was pretty wild.
Wait, people have dropped
They've
Kyler
dropped
Murray.
Kyler Murray.
I mean,
That's
even
insane.
if Colt McCoy was like Joe Montana, they're gonna start Kyler Murray when he's healthy. Like it's not
Too much money.
Yeah, way too much money. I talked about this yesterday. I think this is a large indictment on Cliff Kingsbury.
100%.
I mean, because like, what is it? Kyler earlier today, I think maybe yesterday, said something about how in order for me to play my game, you have to let me like do my thing, basically, like be a little creative. And I feel like that's why Cliff sucks. You look at who the quarterback he had in college, also a guy who's able to improvise and make plays, Patrick Mahomes. And how did that go? Not well. They sucked.
Sub 500.
Yep. So like, I feel like Cliff is just like doesn't know, like he's supposed to be this offensive guru or whatever, but I feel like it only happens when he has complete and utter control over what's happening on the offense, and that does not happen when you have a guy that is as dynamic as Kyler Murray.
But that's insane because they handpicked him for Kyler Murray, which is crazy, which is a flaw in their selection,
which is an indictment on the organization in itself.
But what's crazy to me, people dropped him in your league, even if he's not winning games on the NFL field. From a fantasy perspective, what he can do with his legs and what he can do through the air, you stash him on your bench at minimum, right? While he's getting healthy, and have him there in case you need him. Somebody in those leagues just got a pretty good guy to keep on their bench and maybe fill in if their guy gets hurt.
Yeah, Kyler Murray, the 8th quarterback in
standard formats.
PPRs. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Don't know what you're doing there.
Not a clue. All right. Well, let's talk about another game, a game that I had a ton of fun watching, and that was the Miami Dolphins against the Cleveland Browns.
Every time you introduce one of these games, I think you're going to the game, and
we'll get there. Don't worry. We'll get there. The Dolphins offense, a total buzzsaw. Do you have any interest in receivers or pass catchers or anyone in this offense aside from Tyreek Hill, Tua, and Jalen Waddle? Like a Trent Sherfield on a bye week?
Not really. I mean, it really depends on the
toe tapping Trent Sherfield.
It really depends on the league, but like honestly, I'm not really interested in anyone that's not named Tua, Jalen, or Tyreek. To be quite honest,
their running back situation is interesting to me. Trying to figure out what's going on, and
we will get there in buy or sell. As I said last week, Mike McDaniel is just building the 49ers in a new state.
Yeah.
That's all he's doing, and it's pretty fun to see. What about the Browns? Do we think we're going to see a uptick in their offensive production when Mr.
Be careful where you go here.
Mr. Idiot Boy comes back?
Mr. Idiot Boy. I mean, it's hard to believe that they won't, right? Like, I mean, we haven't seen this man play football in a long time, but if he is relatively close to what he was when he stopped playing football, like he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah.
So it's hard to imagine that there won't be an uptick. But it's still the Browns, man. Like it's the Cleveland Browns. It's the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, but Nick Chubb is a good running back.
That is true. Nick Chubb, I'm rocking with Nick Chubb. I still got him on.
That running game was great. The offensive line has been solid. Not really much to talk about with them. They're just kind of the Browns, as you said. All right. Shawn? Vikings win in overtime after just a wild sequence of events in that game. I think that was probably the most dominant game by a wide receiver I had seen in 10 years in Justin Jefferson. What are we doing?
I mean,
are we worried?
No.
Are we worried?
I'm worried about what?
Josh Allen.
Oh, I mean, it's Brett Favre. I mean, he just kind of does shit, and he's like, fuck it, someone's down there somewhere.
But last year he didn't do this.
No, but you
mentioned
this a lot with the Bengals coming into this year's turnover luck. Like Josh Allen puts the ball in defenders' hands. It's just that sometimes he throws that shit hard as hell, and it's hard to catch those balls when you're a linebacker. It's not hard. It's not hard to catch those balls when you're Patrick Peterson in the end zone, and he throws it right to you like you're a receiver. That part's concerning, but they're still the Buffalo Bills. They're like, when you're talking about their injury report earlier, it's like one of the longer injury reports I've ever seen. It's everybody's on it. They're not healthy. So I honestly didn't learn anything about either team in this game.
Dominique Foxworth made the greatest metaphor for Josh Allen I ever heard. He is just like Superman in the sense of how he plays. Yes.
Yeah, I heard this.
But also, he's gonna, like, if there's an alien invasion, as he said, yes, Superman's might take a building down. He might kill a civilian that didn't deserve to be killed.
But
he's gonna save the world.
Yep.
At some point, he's gonna throw these interceptions. He's gonna make these dumb plays sometimes, but the dumb plays don't come without having great plays and finding Stephon Diggs across the middle of the field and a ball you probably shouldn't have thrown, but he's not scared to throw there because he's super soldier Josh Allen.
That's the thing about Josh Allen is I feel like he has like so much confidence when he's like, oh, this is like if this ball goes exactly the way I want it, where I want it, it's going to be a touchdown. And a lot of times it goes exactly where he wants it. Like he has that kind of arm talent. And when it doesn't, though, it looks like me playing Madden, and it's like, what are you doing there?
I think he's more Nick Cage.
Oh,
right. The highs are extremely high. The lows can be low. Yet somehow there's even entertainment in some of those lows. Like I think he is the Nick Cage.
Nick Cage, it's not there's somehow entertainment. There's always entertainment, regardless of what the low is.
Whoa. Are we really doing this?
Yeah, I just texted it to you, Shawn.
We're going to Detroit, baby. This has happened. This is not the first time this has happened.
Why?
Damn it.
I want to see 6 feet of snow in a football game.
As someone pointed out on Twitter, Devin Singletary is 5'7". You can't play.
Nick Chubb is 5'11". I saw a great meme of like a rat or something running through the snow, and you couldn't see the rat, you could just see the snow moving.
They've done this before. The Bills have a long relationship with Detroit and the Lions because founder of the Buffalo Bills is from Detroit. Dope. I wish they should have played in Syracuse.
We still like Gabe Davis and Stephon Diggs.
Are you kidding me, dude? Especially this week, Allen.
What about? Oh my God!
Watch out now.
If you don't know, I brought this up so many times on bets. If you don't know, if I had a significant amount of money and I was a Bills fan, I would contribute all of it for them to build a dome.
Yes.
Josh Allen's dome stats, that's a crazy word choice there. Josh Allen playing in a domed stadium is unbelievable.
Inside Josh Allen.
Look, I think it immensely benefits Josh Allen because in the cold, you had to wonder how that elbow was going to react, right? I don't know what's going on, but I'm trying to
talk about it off air.
Act like the adult.
Did you?
No, I did not at all.
Let's talk. Okay.
Can we? Yeah. Are you going to the same place I'm going?
I don't know.
I want to talk about the Minnesota Vikings.
Yes.
I don't know if there's more. Stop it.
What?
They're the Minnesota Vikings. Stop it. Kirk Cousins is still their starting quarterback. Stop it.
Yeah.
That team's not good. First off, like a lot of the
whoa.
They're good.
Okay.
They're not a contender. They're not, in my mind, a legitimate contender.
We will get there. I know we'll get there later.
But Kirk Cousins is not a good quarter. Like he's not like he's an okay quarter. He's a good enough quarterback when you have a guy like Justin Jefferson. If the Bills have their starting secondary playing, I do not think that game is close. I think their secondary makes those plays. I don't think Tre'Davious White or Kyer Elam or Jordan Poyer lets Justin Jefferson rip the ball literally out of their hands.
I think he might.
There were a couple of plays where I was just kind of like, what is this defensive back doing? They're just running in circles. There was one in particular where he caught it like the 5-yard, like in the red zone on the sideline.
We can all agree that when Kirk Cousins is playing effort football, he's better.
Oh yeah, it's way more fun. I feel like you don't see that a lot with Kirk.
He's been dinking and dunking this year. He used to a ton.
Yeah, in the Buffalo game, and maybe that's just because he was playing Josh Allen in the Bills, and he was just like, "Fuck it, Justin Jefferson's down there somewhere," and he was always down there somewhere. It just like I don't think that game did not really tell me a lot about anybody.
No,
to be quite honest, other than Josh Allen, I guess, because this is now I think officially a trend. He's just kind of throwing the football to the wrong team.
Yeah, the thing that worries me about him is the red zone possession.
Yes.
That's the only thing that's actually worrisome. And we'll talk about who is a contender and a pretender in a bit.
I got a hot take for
let's do it.
Game. That Jefferson catch, not as good as everybody's saying. They want to call it like the greatest catch. I'm like,
I think it's a top 10 catch I've ever seen.
It's tough
because not only did he grab it with one hand, but he ripped it away and kept possession with one hand the entire time while falling to the ground fighting 3 different defenders.
Was it skill or luck?
It was skill. Those are strong hands.
My thing about it is I don't want to discount it. It's like it is one of the greatest catches I've ever seen, but it is just like it's not even the same league as like the Odell Beckham Jr. or the Pickens catch.
I think it is because
they
were open.
Yeah,
and they were both bad throws.
No, I know they were bad throws. This one was
it was a bad
throw too.
But he wasn't open.
This isn't even the best catch against the Bills that's happened. The
We don't have to-
D-Hop
That's not even that
Hail
impressive.
Mary was
It's not
better
that
than that.
That is not that impressive of a catch. It was just thrown up there. It was a
Yeah,
jump
he
ball.
high pointed it. All right, let's talk about turnover luck a little more. Let's talk about the Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh boy.
The Eagles just weren't turning the ball over, and they did it a couple times,
Yeah.
and they lost.
Yeah. I mean, it was a little unlucky. Obviously, that Dallas Goedert fumble
Yeah,
should not have happened. It was one of the most blatant missed calls I've ever seen.
but still,
I mean,
luck.
it still happened. Yeah,
That's why turnover luck's a real thing.
That's how
If you don't believe in turnover luck, I don't know.
Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah, the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah.
Are they gonna lose a couple games in a row now?
A couple games in a row? Who else do they play?
Or like a couple more games in the next couple weeks?
I don't know who
3
they
or 4
play.
weeks.
My problem with them is not that, and this is something that I've heard. It was me and Combs talk about is that like they clearly, especially when Jordan Davis is playing, like not a great run defense.
You know, they just picked up Ndamukong Suh.
Yeah, I didn't even know he still played. To be honest,
After they lost on a personal foul, isn't that funny?
yeah, right. They're fallible. Who are they?
So they got the Colts next, which
hold on.
that
now.
could be scary because of the run.
It could be scary.
Then it gets really scary, depending on what the Packers do tonight. They play the Packers at home, but then they have at home against the Titans, who also are a scary team to run against, and then they play Mr. Sir Blitz-a-lot. That's a great name, like Sir Mix-a-Lot. Sir Blitz-a-Lot, Wink Martindale, in New York.
Yeah, they might lose 4 straight games.
They might lose 3 or 4.
They might. Yeah, they might. There's a chance they lose all 4 of those. That's the thing that concerns me. But the bigger problem is once that team gets to the playoffs. Look at the teams they're going to have to play.
Yeah,
they got Christian McCaffrey, Dalvin Cook. Who else? They
could have Kenneth Walker in the first round. If
they could have Kenneth Walker. I mean, the AFC South is still the AFC South. Like, there's a chance, or no, it doesn't make any sense. I'm trying to think what other running backs they might.
James Conner.
There's a lot of good running backs that they would have to go through to get to the Super Bowl.
Rachaad White.
Yeah, like literally Rachaad. Yeah, like I would be slightly. I wouldn't be worried. I would be kind of like I am as a Bills fan. I would just be. You got to be cognizant of the problems that your team quite clearly has. They are not a good run. They're not a top tier run defense, and that can be a problem later in the season and these next 4 weeks.
Is this team or the Vikings more the 2021 Arizona Cardinals?
The Vikings.
Yeah.
The Vikings.
I think it's the Vikings.
Yeah, I think because
there's so much talent on this Eagles roster.
Yeah, and the thing about the Cardinals is like week 1 last year, I was like, this team is fraudulent, and I kept saying it for 8 straight weeks or 9 straight weeks, whatever it was, and then they lost. And then they kept proving that I was fraudulent. That's the exact same thing. I think even if the Vikings don't lose another game, they make it to the playoffs. I'm not going to be surprised when they lose in the first round. Like this day, Kirk Cousins is your quarterback.
Yeah,
a lot of things got to go right for you to make the Super Bowl, i.e., Jared Goff led Rams.
Speaking of drip down white quarterbacks, let's talk about winners and woofs. My winner is obviously the Zen God himself, Mr. Taylor Heineke.
Yeah,
he's the ultimate meme where it's the guy looking out the window and he's all sad, the guy looking out the window all happy, like in the bus. He's the ultimate analytics nerd with his head down, and then the guy smiling looking up. He's got that dog in him. That is Taylor Heineke to a T. He just isn't good at quarterbacking. He isn't. He throws really bad passes, but he finds ways to win games.
Yeah,
and it's really fun to watch, and he's having fun doing it. And I think he knows that he's kind of getting a little bit lucky, and he's buying into it. So love Taylor Heineke. He's one of my winners for this week.
Yeah, my winner, Rachaad White. I think he's
starting job, baby.
Got the starting job. If he didn't put you on notice last week, I think he's going to continue to put the league on notice.
If you didn't grab him, if you've been watching this show and you don't have him on your fantasy team, you need to listen to me.
Yeah, he's the future. I don't know, not much more to it than that. He is the future.
Espo?
Mine is James Conner owners, right?
Yeah.
They bought high in the draft because of what they saw last year and hadn't gotten much payoff this year. He got 2 touchdowns in that game. Seems to be getting the majority of carries, especially with Benjamin getting cut. I think owners of James Conner are going to be getting some dividends finally.
Yeah, I have another winner, and he's in the buy or sell section. We'll talk about it in a little bit, but it's Kadarius Toney.
Yeah,
because Kadarius Toney might have himself a week.
I heard a take that he is the best weapon on this team, and I
love Mecole Hardman, but
I don't hate it. I don't know where the lie is. To be
my woof is a big woof. It's almost a what's a wince when dogs? Yeah, it's one of those. Well, whimper.
Yeah.
It's for not just the Denver Broncos, but specifically Russell Wilson, because they are terrible. First off, but second off, there was a story that came out this morning that he was calling audibles that they used on the Seattle Seahawks. That he was trying to call hot routes or plays or just not get in a huddle and call an audible that they would use on the Seahawks, and nobody knew what he was talking about. So he is my woof. That team is a mess, and the Seahawks are going to get a top 10 pick.
How hilarious is that? That like
This guy.
what's going on that you just all of a sudden are like just calling the wrong audibles and confusing the
You're Mr.
crap out of your
Unlimited.
new
He's
team.
Tochi,
yeah, he's not
I
good.
think what he was saying
More
was
like
the.
explosive, I guess. Not
Oh,
necessarily.
I thought you were just talking about wide receivers.
Well, yeah. I mean, not like Kelsey's obviously
Kelsey's
the
a wide
best
receiver.
player on that team, but
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of like, he's still a tight end. In terms of like big playability, which Kelsey does make that on occasion, but KT is on a different level in that sense. My woof, I have two real quick. Obviously, Carson Wentz, poor guy. Just he cannot catch a break. I mean, he's also not that good, so he doesn't really deserve a break. But and then also Derek Carr. I feel bad for this man.
Yeah.
I don't think he's a bad quarterback necessarily. I don't think he's great. I don't think he's
Derek
even
Carr,
good.
you are an Indianapolis Colt.
Yes, or you are a Washington Commander.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, can we settle this? Are we calling them the Manders or the Commies?
I love commies. I just call them the football team for the most part.
Well,
though.
yeah, but
I like the commies. They are the commies.
I like the Manders.
But I feel like calling them the commies hurts Dan Snyder in a very particular way. And so that's kind of why.
Nice.
It won't be his problem much longer.
Yeah,
is
true.
what you
True.
call
I'll call him the man.
Hopefully.
But yeah, Derek Carr. I feel like he's a really good guy.
Got
And
beautiful eyes.
He got beautiful eyes.
Beautiful eyes.
Yeah,
He doesn't wear eyeliner.
But he kind of got. He's got
He
the
looks
natural
like he
eyeliner.
looks
Well,
like he wears eyeliner.
But he doesn't.
That's
He's got natural
nice.
beauty.
It's natural beauty, yeah. But no, I like a real. I think he's a very good person, and he is going to get shafted. He's going to get thrown out, mainly because he's easier to get rid of probably than McDaniel. But he'll end up being.
Ooh, what about this? Carson Wentz, you are a New Orleans Saint.
Ooh, nah, he doesn't vibe with that city. I feel like.
Carson Wentz, you're a Las Vegas Raider. They're going to need to replace Carr.
Derek Carr, you are a Buffalo Bill.
Back up. I wouldn't hate it at all. I would not hate it at all.
I don't think you'd ever.
My-
Derek Carr, you are a Detroit Lion. That fits.
yes,
That
very
fits.
much
They're not getting rid of golf.
Well, no,
yet.
they wouldn't do it, but it fits.
Derek Carr, you are a Seattle Seahawk.
Derek Carr, you are a Seattle Sea Dragon.
CJ. Ooh,
there
we're going to
we
the
go.
XFL.
Yep.
XFL.
I hope
baby.
PJ Walker goes back to the XFL.
Your wolf?
Yeah, my woof is the turf at SoFi Stadium. It took another victim in Ertz this past weekend. Not good. Not good.
You know my take on this. I'm not. Derek Carr, you are Fox Sports. Nice, Totri. You know my take on this. Ban turf fields. Get rid of them.
Yeah.
The players are
Set 'em
finally
on fire.
calling for it. And it seems like they're probably going to make a move to that in the next couple of years, hopefully.
If soccer clubs in Europe can do it, there's no reason you can't.
You have
Spend a
billions
little
of
more
dollars
money,
in
yeah.
revenue, NFL. Make it happen. All right, let's talk. We got a super chat. We'll answer the. See, this is what happens. We usually push all the questions back to the end. We're going to answer this question right now.
Okay.
Let's answer this question from Juan Deere. However you say it.
Deere.
Appreciate the $5 super chat. They say, just got the news on the Bills-Browns game. Who would you guys start? Need two. DJ Moore, Amari Cooper, Christian Watson, or Darnell Mooney. I think Christian Watson was a flash in the pan last week.
I agree. I feel like
I think Amari Cooper has proven that he's a
Packers always
top 10 wide receiver in the NFL still. And from a fantasy perspective, at
Amari
least.
Cooper.
Yeah.
It depends on what Bills players are playing because I think Kyer Elam and probably Jordan Poyer are back. I
Yeah.
do not like.
I think the game will just be. I think it'll be high scoring now. It's in a dome. I think they'll have a lot of opportunities, especially if you're playing PPR. Mooney and DJ Moore is kind of a coin flip. I don't know.
would lean.
Who does he
DJ
have?
Moore?
He's Baker this weekend thrown away.
Yeah, that's true. That is fun.
Oh, I would lean DJ and Amari, I think, but maybe I'm just trying to speak DJ into existence because again, on my
Panthers are
fantasy
playing the
team.
Ravens. It's a man-to-man hellscape right there.
Yeah, maybe Mooney then. It's just
Who are the Bears playing?
I don't know. Amari Cooper is the one I feel
The Bears
good
are playing
about.
the
I guess.
Falcons. Yeah, I'd go Mooney and Cooper.
Yeah,
I think I'd go more because Baker, even with that defense, is going to take chances,
Yeah.
which could
Fair.
pay off big.
Yeah.
We will answer your quick kicker question, Adam, at the end of the show. I promise. That's full sicko, and I love it. All right. Well, let's talk about what we like, higher or lower. Underdog fantasy. I want to tell you guys about the easiest and most fun way to spice up your football watching experience. It's Underdog Fantasy and their pick'em game. Just look for your favorite or least favorite players' stats. Pick between 2 and 5 of them for your pick'em entry, and whether you'll think they'll end up higher or lower than the stat in this week's game. Get all your picks right, and you can win up to 20 times your money in a single night. We've seen so many people here at PHNX do it before. I had a nice $400 payday. Damn, that was like week 6. I'm fiending. I need to get back there. I've hit a couple smaller ones. Toaster went on a heater. It's so much fun, and plus they have daily fantasy drafts, which we'll be doing one for the Thursday night football game tonight at the end of the show. So make sure to stay tuned for that. But right now, when you download it or click the link in the show notes, search in the App Store, you can use that promo code PHNX when you sign up. And Underdog will double your first deposit up to $100. Do it for tonight. It's a ton of fun. Get your friends, use that promo code PHNX, do a daily draft. Even if you only wager $3, you can have bragging rights for your friends, and it's daily, so it's a lot faster. So they double your first deposit up to $100. It's Underdog Fantasy, promo code PHNX. Get in on the action today. Shawn, we'll start with you. Your favorite higher or lower for tonight or this weekend?
This weekend, going back to what we were talking about with the Eagles, don't trust their rush defense, so I'm going Jonathan Taylor higher than 86.5 rush yards. He rushed for triple digits last week, right? 147 yards last week. I think, again, in between what Saturday is doing with this team and what the Eagles defense looks like, he has himself a day.
Espo?
I'm feeling frisky. I'm going to go Ryan Tannehill over higher 13.25 fantasy points.
I can go off.
I don't hate it.
Yes, you do.
I just hate the Titans.
I have something grosser.
Oh, boy.
Give me Aaron Rodgers higher
Oh, no. Don't say rush yards.
than 3.5 rushing yards.
I don't hate it, but
He had 40 rushing yards 2 weeks ago. He scampers, and so there are players in the NFL that scamper, there are players that rumble, and there are players that scoot.
Josh Allen's a rumbler.
Josh Allen's a rumbler. Derrick Henry's a rumbler. Ryan Tannehill is a scamper, and Aaron Rodgers is a scooter. He's going to scoot tonight. And he's going to scoot because this Titans pass rush gets home with 4 consistently. Force him out of the pocket. All he needs is 4 more. Give me the higher on Aaron Rodgers, 3.5.
You know, Totree's in the
yards.
chat and says that's disgusting, and he hates the Tannehill pick, which makes me feel that much better about my selection this season.
That's fair. That's fair. All right. Let's get into everybody's favorite segment. It's time to buy, and it's time to sell. There's a lot of... This is the time where you win or lose leagues, I feel like. You know, you get into, am I going to make the playoffs? And if you are, like I am, because I'm, the daddy of our fantasy league, it's not Daddy Fantasy, not Johnny, even though he's on a hot streak. If you're already in a playoff spot, you can't get content. You have to try to find sleepers, and hopefully we can find some of those for you today. We talked about him earlier. Let's talk about Kadarius Toney, guys. Are we buying or are we selling?
Bye. Yeah, I'm all the way in on KT.
Yeah, I am too. I'm right there with you.
I've been on KT. He was faking an injury. He looks a little scary with his helmet off because of those crazy eyes, but those crazy eyes translate to more yards and more fantasy points. Plus, I think he explodes this week. He's projected in most leagues to score around 5 to 6 points. I think he goes for 20 plus.
Is that a rule you have? Crazy eyes equals higher fantasy points, or is this a particular?
No, you have
case?
to have a crazy look, a specific type of crazy look. He has that, like, I will hunt you if you say something about my mom. Look,
okay.
Like I will follow you around.
Gotcha.
There's crazy eyed look where it's like I put peanut butter on my feet.
Oh, the Robbie Anderson. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. That's what I wanted to
And
clarify.
that's not something that, I would want on my fantasy team. Some people might, but yeah. Let's talk about a running back. One that was, supposed to do a lot this year. Hasn't really done much. Najee Harris. He almost had 100 rushing yards last week. Are we buying or selling?
I would sell. I mean, I think his value right now is probably higher than it will be at any other point this season. I just don't have... this is another team I have no interest in anybody on their offense.
Yeah, I'm selling everything.
Except for George Pickens. We love you, George Pickens. I think I would snoop. I would take a gander. See if I can get something really cheap for Najee Harris, because he after all, he is a high volume running back. and a pass catcher that hasn't really been used as such. I think I might buy, just depending. It'd be worth a little sniffing out a little bit. Another running back, one that I've been a big fan of, and I hate his counterpart, Jamal Williams. DeAndre Swift, eat your heart out. He sucks so much. That's my opinion.
DeAndre Swift?
DeAndre Swift. He's awful. I think he's terrible. Genuinely, I think he's a bad running back.
Okay.
Jamal Williams, mainly the starter now, getting the carries, the ones that matter the most. Are we buying or selling on Jamal Williams?
I'm
selling.
Really?
I'm leaving it alone more than anything. Like I'm not going. Yeah. I just like.
Why would you sell right now?
Well, it's not a sell. I'm saying that more in a sense that I don't really have any interest in him. Like I would not. I mean, if you could sell him, if like you have him and you could sell him, go off.
I have him. I'm not selling him.
I wouldn't go out of my way to try and get him. He had 59 rush yards last week. Like, he's good. I mean, they're still going to try and use.
He
Swift
gets in the end zone though.
Yeah, that's true.
DeAndre Swift was told by, I believe, the OC for the Lions that if he has a problem, he can come talk to me or he can shut up. He's a whiny boy who doesn't run north and south. All he does is run east and west and gains 4 yards every time he touches the ball. That's all. And then sometimes he'll run for 80 and people are like, look at his yards per carry. It's at 7.6. Yeah, because he had one. He's the Jason Tatum of the NFL. He has fans for no reason. Don't know why. Well, Jason Tatum now has fans for a very good reason. He's a great player. DeAndre Swift is young Jason Tatum. All right. Jeff Wilson, another running back. I promised we'd get to him, and we have. Are we buying or selling on Jeff Wilson Jr.?
Buying.
I'm buy. He is so good.
He is good. I just don't.
You don't like running backs.
I don't really.
I just think you just don't like running backs.
Yeah, I think that's probably true.
Who are you running? You have Derrick Henry? No, you don't.
I have Nick Chubb and Saquon Barkley. So my running back.
Well, let's talk about somebody that doesn't have running backs.
Yeah, I mean, if you need a running back, like I don't think there's anything wrong with this option. It's another team where I'm not really like that interested in the running backs. I don't know.
Really? They get creative, man.
No, I know they do.
I don't know. He was great last week. I'm buying Jeff Wilson. I love him. Espo said buy and sold me Jeff Wilson.
Totri, you talk a lot of crap for a guy that I helped out stay at a Waffle House. So shut up.
What did he give you?
Mike's. I don't remember the exact.
I'll find it.
No.
Sanders.
I know what he gave you in the trade. What did he give you financially?
Oh,
nothing.
That's crazy.
And he's insulting me.
That's crazy. That is crazy. All right, let's talk about a wide receiver. Chris Godwin. Are you buying or selling on Chris Godwin? Had a pretty good week last week. Has strung together a couple good weeks. Yeah. Looks like Tom Brady's favorite target again.
I'm buying because I feel like if people aren't paying super close attention, they're thinking about the Bucks and they're just like, this is a bad team. But Tom Brady's still the quarterback. They're probably going to be playing meaningful games in the end of the year. Plus, I don't know how this matters, but with Rachaad White being there, I just like their team more. I think they're going to
carry the ball 22 times last week.
I think they just might be more productive. So I like it.
Yeah, I'm buying him because I think the Bucks are gonna find a way to get back into this, and a lot of it's gonna have to come from Tom Brady playing smart football and connecting with Godwin.
He's your true, like Mike Evans is your I need a first down guy on 3rd and 15, throw it up to him. Chris Godwin's your workhorse. You run a drag route, he might go for 70. Love me some Chris Godwin. Definitely buying. Last one, quarterback. I think there's probably a pretty good idea of what we're going to say here. It's Justin Fields. Are we buying or selling?
I'm selling. No, obviously I'm buying. It's Justin fucking Fields. He's been playing like the best quarterback in football for the last 2-3 weeks. Just especially in our league with the points, like the rushing yards that he gets it's
sneaky
crazy.
Tight end option also. I think he's questionable this week. Cole Kmet.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Justin Fields as a tight end option. I was like, what?
Well, that could work. I like how you liked that at first, too.
I did like it. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Cole Kmet. Yes, in on that.
I'm out on Fields because it's about to get cold in Chicago. I don't hate it. They're not playing great. They're not going to be playing meaningful football down the stretch.
Look, he's a great runner. But he's not a Lamar Jackson runner where he doesn't really need space. Once he gets space, he's gone. You can scheme against what they're doing. I still need a couple weeks, but for now, I'm definitely buying.
Yeah.
Still need a couple weeks to see if this is happening because it's 2 weeks in a row where he's just gone insane. Yeah, like him. All right. Well, we have a fun game to play before we get into the war room. We did this, I think, week 3, where I did a who's that player, and you guys had no idea who any of them were, and that's okay because it was hard. So I'm not doing silhouettes this time. I'm going to start with their point total. So this is how it works. There's going to be 3 different tiers. The point total I'm going to give you, if you can get it on the shot in the dark first try, it'll be 4 points. The next one, I'm going to give you their position. I'll give you 3 points if you can get it there. The next one, I'll give you their division they're in. I'm going to give you 2 points if you can get it there. And then we'll go to college. I'll give you 1 point if you can get it there.
I love how you think this is easier than giving us a visual.
This is so much easier. You should know who it is by the end of it. 100%.
We'll see. I guess.
I think Espo might get killed. That's why he's saying that. All right, let's get into the first one. This player this year ranks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10th among his position group and has a total of 160 fantasy points.
160. I mean, I'm just gonna take a shot at that. It was Christian Kirk.
Okay.
Mike Evans.
Wrong. Next thing is position. He's a quarterback.
Quarterback. 10th.
Close your computer.
I mean,
Justin Herbert.
I just got scores up, but I will go. I know it's not Kyler Murray. Let's just Jared Goff.
10th? That'd be crazy.
I mean, he was putting up points earlier in the year.
AFC East.
Oh, Tua.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
Sean has 2 points.
I know it's not Josh Allen.
There we
He's
go.
number 1.
See, is this hard?
It's not Zach
No, once you
Wilson.
get to that level,
Yeah. So, shot in the dark.
not Zach Wilson or Matt Jones.
This player is 6th in his position group point rankings and has 175 fantasy points in PPR formats.
You said 6th?
Yep.
Let's go. You have one, Espo?
No, not yet.
Let's go. Blah dot dot dot. Do Miles Sanders.
No.
Geez,
The shot in the dark ones are just. I was just trying to come up with someone.
All right,
that I
we'll
think
start with the
might be in the general
we'll start
area.
with the point total. He's a running back position. Running back.
I mean, I'll follow Totri. Christian McCaffrey.
No.
Derrick Henry.
No. He is in the. Oh God, what division are they in? I'm so bad with divisions.
got the
That's like
computer.
one of AFC West. That's like one of my worst spots.
A running back in the AFC West who's 6th. Okay, I know it's not them. Josh Jacobs.
Yes, Josh Jacobs. You got to be faster.
Yeah,
Gotta be
'cause I knew
I'm
it
going
wasn't
through the
McCaffrey.
division. Go
And
look
I know
at the-
Eckler's the first, I believe, is running back.
Yeah, it goes Eckler, McCaffrey, Barkley, Chubb, Henry, then Jacobs.
Yeah.
Okay, this player is outside of the top 10 or just inside the top 10 and has scored 152 fantasy points.
152 fantasy.
He's a wide receiver.
Christian Kirk.
No.
Going back to it.
DeAndre Hopkins.
NFC East.
NFC East.
Wide receiver.
CeeDee Lamb.
No.
Do I only get one guess per round?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Philly. I'm blanking on Philly's receivers here. God damn it.
Philly receiver.
I can't think.
AJ Brown.
It's AJ Brown.
Dang.
Oh man. Oh man.
As soon as I knew
we might have to put David in Espo's chair right now.
You want to switch? David, come in here.
David, David, get in here. Get in here, David. David has joined the game show. Hello, David. Are you ready to play?
Let's do this.
All right. Well, Sean is up. What is it? 4. So you're up 5-0 on David/Espo.
Nice.
All right. Let's get into
I'm so worried
the
now.
next one. A wide receiver just inside the top 20 has about 123 fantasy points.
Christian Kirk.
No.
Gonna keep saying it until I'm.
How many fantasy points?
123.
123. I don't know. I just need to throw out a receiver. Devontae Smith.
No, he is in the NFC West.
NFC West.
Debo
Samuel.
Okay, you both said that. That is both of you guys are incorrect. College, ready?
Yeah.
Arizona State University.
Oh, Ayuk.
Woo!
I literally couldn't get the words out of my mouth.
Dun, 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 dun. Here comes David.
Damn, I didn't realize he was that good this year, fantasy-wise. I didn't realize he was like top 20.
Inside the top 20.
I don't know.
We got a super chat from Gabe, 199, saying, looks like Njoku won't be back. Knox Higbee or Hayden Hurst. Give me Dawson Knox in the Dome game. Do you really want
used him really though?
Yeah, but he's scored touchdowns. These other guys.
Scored one touchdown, hasn't he? Has he
I
scored
think he
more?
scored 2 in the last like 5 weeks.
Yeah, fair.
I really don't care about any tight end that's not like one of like the top.
Kyle
Yeah,
Pitts,
I'm the
yeah,
same
for
way.
Sucks.
I probably would go Hurst here.
If Cole Kmet's available, maybe Cole Kmet.
Yeah, I probably would personally out of those 3 go Hurst.
All right. Well, speaking of tight ends, this guy ranks 7th in tight end, scoring 82 fantasy points.
Tight ends. Do I know any? What'd you say?
He said Zach Ertz.
Zach Ertz.
No.
I'll guess Cole Kmet.
No, not Cole Kmet. What's the next one? Division. Again, AFC East.
Gasecki?
No. Knox.
No. All right. I need to find. I have no idea where this guy went to college. Hold on.
Who are the other 2 teams in this division?
He went to.
Yeah, Totri said who I was going to guess next.
Where did he go? Oh God, he played college football at Northwood and CMU.
Hunter Henry?
No.
Damn.
No, he went to Arkansas.
How do you know that? What?
I knew that.
Is it like a?
Hey, Totri's
I'm
him.
trying to think of like. Oh, okay, Conklin.
Yes, it's Tyler Conklin.
Ah.
Don't look at the chat. Get the chat off the screen. We'll have. Okay,
Totri should be here.
2 more rounds for all the marbles.
Oh, wow.
Quarterback.
This work I've done meant nothing.
Number 17 ranked quarterback. 129 points in the year.
Jared Goff.
No.
Damn.
Dang. Get out of my head.
I said Jared Goff earlier. That's the only reason I said it again.
AFC North.
Jacoby Brissett.
Jacoby Brissett.
My guy.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, Shawn wins pretty easily. David, it was fun having you.
Thank you.
But now
It was
it's
a
time to
blast.
get into the war room. We'll get Espo back in his chair. Congratulations, Shawn.
That's what I do. It's what I do. That's 2 wins. Or 2 wins today because I won that. Also won MVP on the PHNX D-back show. Derek's
Rigged.
MVP. I mean, it is what it is.
What'd you pay them?
I didn't pay them anything. Just kindness and graphics.
Ironically enough, the MVP graphic wasn't one you did though.
Yeah, no. If you saw it, I made it clear that it wasn't me.
I have used so much excitement today for the Diehard that I'm lacking a little bit right now. I feel like I could use something to really get me going. I think this draft is going to do it.
Yes. I need to win because I'm the only one with this. I mean, you both have 2 wins on the year. I only have 1, as you can see on the graphic. I don't really enjoy losing, to be quite honest with you. So I'm going to try and fix that today.
I've won back-to-back on shows I was here. So
Welcome to the war room. It's just that easy. All you got to do is create a private draft on Underdog Fantasy. Copy the link, send it to your friends, and they're in immediately, or your coworkers, because Shawn is not my friend.
First overall pick, baby.
That's why. Do I have second?
Yes, you do.
All right. Well, this is just a daily fantasy draft on the game tonight, the Thursday night football game between the Titans and the Packers. Who's projected? Is Aaron Rodgers number 1?
No, Derrick Henry is.
Oh, it's all flex. That's right.
Obviously, what I'm doing here is Derrick Henry because, I mean, it's Derrick Henry. I think he's going to have himself a day today. He is back.
Wait.
He is not dead.
Johnny
way to
projects.
step
that-
out on the
Yeah, I
limb
know.
there.
Johnny
Real
projected as
crazy.
lower on 100 rushing yards. I don't know about that.
I don't know about that either. Yeah, we got 22 seconds.
22 seconds. You can also join best ball leagues throughout the entire NFL and NBA, NHL seasons, MLB as well. You can do weekend leagues. You can do it by week.
How does best ball work?
Best ball, you draft a full roster and you don't have to set your lineup. It's just the best points from each position. Usually 1 or 2 players from each position. I have one that I'm in a best ball league on Underdog Fantasy where I'm currently last in the NBA because I took James Wiseman as one of my centers and Julius Randle.
Shawn, you have less than 20 seconds to make your pick.
Oh,
It started.
I didn't realize the draft started.
Shane, why does your phone say it's 9:41 at night?
What? Does it?
Yeah, it does look like it says that.
That's crazy. I've never. Okay. Give me Aaron Jones.
You hold it. You'll be next.
All right. Give me Aaron Rodgers. And give me...
Draft Tannehill, you know.
I'm taking both quarterbacks.
Yep.
And Ryan Tannehill.
That's gross. I will take Allen Lazard because he seems to be the only wide receiver that Aaron Rodgers likes.
Yeah, I'm with what you said earlier. I think Christian Watson might have been a flash in the pan. So I'm passing on him. I'm going A.J. Dillon and Robert Tonyan because
Big Bob Tonyan.
I feel like Big Bob can always do something at any given point.
Big fan of Big Bob Tonyan.
If I win tonight, I think it's probably because Tonyan has a touchdown.
Speaking of flash in the pan, give me Nick Westbrook-Akine.
Ooh.
2 touchdowns last week. They used him in some creative ways. Don't hate it.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Christian Watson. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna have 3 touchdowns. We're gonna be like, why did we do that?
I'll take Treylon Burks as well.
Young boys. All right, my last pick. Oh, duh. Give me Mason Crosby.
Yeah,
The GOAT. That's why he's the GOAT.
The GOAT. Josh Lambo's their kicker, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lambo?
Oh, duh.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
Duh. He's about to
I made a
hit
crucial
70-yarder.
mistake.
He's about to hit a 70-yarder.
Oh, well, let's go over the teams. Espo, we'll start with you. What's your team looking like?
Yeah, well, it's projected to win with Aaron Rodgers, Ryan Tannehill, Christian Watson, and Treylon Burks.
You're in second, projected second, Shane. Obviously, Aaron Jones, Allen Lazard, Nick Westbrook-Akine,
Nice.
and Mason Crosby. And then me, projected me in dead last, Derrick Henry, A.J. Dillon, Robert Tonyan, and Josh Lambo in Lambo.
Big Bob Tunyan's going to go crazy tonight. It's just that easy with Underdog Fantasy. Just a reminder, click the link in the show notes or search in the App Store for Underdog Fantasy. Use that promo code PHNX when you sign up. Underdog will double your first deposit up to 100 smackaroos. We'll see who wins the War Room
Smackaroos.
this week.
What's the exchange rate on smackaroos? Or is it just 1-to-1 because you're winning 100?
No, smackaroos are, it's 1-to-1 USD, but in terms of like you get an extra little oomph with the smackaroos. So
Gotcha.
it's like it's 1-to-1 with USD, but you also get like +2 in terms of
Coolness factor?
yeah.
It's like Canadian money.
Electricity. You get some electricity. You get some joules. Or what's the other one? David?
Watts?
How else do you measure? Not watts. There's another cool one. Joules and what? David, you should know that. That's crazy. All right. Well, before we get out of here,
David, like you should know everything.
we got some questions in the chat that we'll be answering. Let's get into the first one that was asked today. This question comes from Michael. He said, need a wide receiver really bad after the Cup injury. Wanted an upgrade over Kyler, so I traded Kelsey and Jeff Wilson for Joe Burrow, CeeDee Lamb, and Cole Kmet. Thoughts?
I don't like getting rid of Travis Kelce.
I just think when you are not getting the best player in the trade, you lose. Unless it's like super lopsided in terms of depth. CeeDee Lamb, I think, is quietly building one of his best years. And I think he's going to have a really strong finish, so I don't hate that.
I mean,
and Cole Kmet's a really good replacement.
Yeah.
You know, Joe Burrow, I can see why you did it for some depth for sure. It depends what spot you're in, but I don't hate it.
Well, with Kyler as a question mark,
yeah, that's
too,
also true.
Yeah,
I think that makes it a little more interesting to me.
You
but
don't want to go pick up Danny Dimes or something.
I'm a believer in
Respect Danny Dimes.
a guy like Travis Kelce being one of those top 2 tight ends. That's in a position you can gain a real advantage in in the league. So I'd be hesitant if I had made that deal.
Yeah.
Next question. I have an offer for getting A.J. Brown and CMC for Amon-Ra and Eckler.
Oh.
Yes.
I would do that.
Do it real quick.
Yeah. I mean,
I have more faith in A.J. Brown than Amon-Ra. And Eckler is the number 1 running back, but Didn't score last week, right?
Yeah, he didn't. And that,
I just if you're gonna give me,
I think we're only gonna see better things from CMC each week.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. I think AJ Brown is better than Amon Ra, and if you just keep giving Shanahan time with CMC, I think it's just gonna keep getting better. So I would take that trade.
All right, time for the kicker question from Adam. Not sure if you guys answer kicker questions, but here's one that I currently have. Jason Myers, I'm thinking of dropping him and picking up Ryan Suckup based on their ROS.
Where's Myers play?
He's a Seahawks kicker. Jason Myers has been electric this year.
Yeah, I generally kickers are so interchangeable.
Where's
for the
Suckup
most
now?
part.
Is he Tampa
Bay. That's my thing. Is generally speaking, I'm gonna go with the one that either plays in the dome or has better weather, which is why I would lean Suckup. But I also think I have him on some teams, so that's probably where I'd lean. But
I switch off kickers if I don't have Justin Tucker usually.
Yeah, that's
Depending
kind of
on
where I'm
matchups.
at. I have like a Younghoe Koo
Or a shooter.
shooter. I have Younghoe Koo in a couple of leagues, and like he's a guy that's been very good. So I just kind of keep a kicker if they're like one of the good ones. I keep a kicker I'd keep a kicker the whole season. But between those two, I would lean Suckup.
Yeah.
I would lean Suckup too. I've picked him up a couple times in my rotating kicker rotation.
Jay Nice asks if I have Tua on a bye. What do you think about Kenny Pickett for a substitution?
Is there
What are the other
quarterbacks
options
in your league? Because
Yeah.
I would do just about anything to stay away from Kenny Pickett personally.
Yeah.
You might be better off starting no quarterback.
I would go if the either
Honestly-
the New Orleans quarterbacks are available. I like them more than Pickett.
The New Orleans quarter. There's only one according to
yeah, I
Dax
guess so.
Allen.
But
Freaking, he
which
just
is-
does. Why not go to Jameis? I don't get
at
it.
least Taysom Hill. What do you get? You guys either have fun or play for the future. What does Andy Dalton give you?
Both are fun.
Good
It's just,
looks.
yeah.
You're not wrong. Smoke show.
All right. Adam also says, do I start Kareem Hunt or Elijah Mitchell this week? Full PPR.
Elijah.
Yeah, that Bills front is just so mean. Jordan Phillips is going to hip check him.
Yeah, we might there. Although I will say, Tremaine Edmonds limited in practice 2 straight days.
Yeah,
with groin injury.
Elijah Mitchell is just getting so much more run than I thought on that with CMC in the mix. Yeah, I like Elijah Mitchell in that spot. Big Trev says, "Hey guys, I need 2 of these guys. If the game is moved, it did get moved.
Yeah,
Tony, Rondale, Thielen.
Who do the Vikings play?
Let's see. I mean, I like there's Tony. It's between Thielen and Rondale Moore.
Give me a Rondale.
Yeah, definitely KT, and then
Not a Donovan Peoples-Jones person? That's my DPJ if the game is moved. Donovan Peoples-Jones.
Oh.
No, I don't know what the Bills.
I didn't see that. DPJ. Ooh.
I would
think
say
I like DPJ and KT.
Rondale's
Rondale's into a hugely crowded wide receiving core now. After not getting touches enough.
Vikings play the
anyway.
Cowboys.
Yeah, I like DPJ.
I don't like DPJ, but I think I might choose him by default.
Yeah.
It's just the Bills have been so shaky the last couple of weeks. Yeah, KT's the easy one there though.
This is a fun question. If Kyler plays this week, is it worth playing him, or should I start Danny Dimes?
Oh, you play Kyler because there's the chance for the
Who do the Giants have?
The Detroit Lions. Danny Dimes.
Yeah,
Injected.
start Danny Dimes. I think even if Kyler's healthy, that matchup is just so favorable. We saw what Justin Fields just did to the Lions.
Yeah,
rushing.
Danny Dimes has legs. Like he is a
man.
athletic.
Man is a speed demon.
Athletic.
Yes.
Yeah, well, he is obviously, but I mean, like, I don't know if that's. He's not like an athletic runner.
He's
like,
a rumbler.
He doesn't look athletic, but he's fast.
You know, he is. He's 100%. Yeah, he's very fast.
He's an athletic runner.
He's just not a graceful runner, I guess.
I got a question from Ugly Boy 4 in the chat. Jacob says, Goddard on IR. Who do I turn to? And Jogo's available. And I picked up Cole Kmet all the way.
Yeah.
I love me some Cole Kmet injected. He might be questionable this week, so Njoku maybe this week, but you see. Max, Marketing Max says, you know who's good to start this week? Geno Smith, Travis Etienne, and Mike Evans. Shane, what?
Not even a question. Just making a statement.
Oh, that's my fantasy team.
Nice.
So Max came into my office earlier today. We're playing each other, and he desperately needs this game. Again, I don't. I'm already guaranteed a playoff berth. And he was like, "We're playing each other this week. Do you think we can make a deal?" I'm like, "Trades?" And he's like, "No." I'm like, "Dude, I'm not throwing a game." And he was like, "Maybe just sit some of your good players." I'm like, "Look at my team. Go look at my team, and tell the people who's on my bench this week."
Oh, just in the middle. All right. Let's see teams. I don't even know how to look at teams here.
Go to matchup.
Yeah, right here. I found it. All right.
So go to my bench and name all the players on my bench right now. They're all
Geno
on buys.
Smith, bye. Travis Etienne, bye. Mike Evans, bye.
Jalen
Cortland
Waddle.
Sutton, not bye, but Jalen Waddle, bye. Brooks, bye. And then Bateman on under reserve.
Yeah. So
you could start Cortland Sutton.
but my team's still projected to win because my team is elite.
Yeah.
All right. Next question from Jacob. Need a wide receiver this week. Last question. Need a wide receiver this week in PPR. Brandon Cooks, Paris Campbell, Donovan Peoples-Jones, or Christian Watson tonight. Yikes. Paris Campbell, maybe? Yeah.
No, I don't really.
DPJ or Paris Campbell?
I would say DPJ. I'm not really interested in a
Coin flips.
running a receiver right now.
Yeah, he was good. Shane W this week, definitely. Moke says, would you trade Jonathan Taylor, Lockett, and Cup for Kenneth Walker, Devontae, and DJ Moore?
No,
what spot are you at? If you're like 9-2, then no.
I think
if you need to make the if you're gonna miss the playoffs because you lose these next couple weeks, then yes, because then there's
I just think it's obviously a 1-game sample size, but JT
Kenneth Walker is better than Jonathan Taylor right now. He just is.
Well, yes, but also if JT keeps doing what he did last week.
Yeah, but he had one really long run.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm just saying, if he keeps doing that,
he had one long run.
If they put an emphasis on the run, I'm not it.
But by the way, Toker asks the most important question of the week. Do I start Shawn tonight on the Sun Devils postgame show or on Saturday after the football game? Thanks, guys. You start Shawn every opportunity you get to start Shawn.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Moke's 5-5. Yes. Yes. I think if you can somehow find a way to get a little more value, then yes. But yeah. Anything else? Guys, it's been a pleasure as always. You can follow me on Twitter at Shady. If you follow Shawn on Twitter at Shawn_Pauls, follow Espo on Twitter at
Wait, can I ask
Espo.
a question real quick?
Yeah.
Who should I start in my flex? Okay.
Are you gonna give people?
Were you not prepared for this?
I'm looking at Devin Singletary, Drake London, George Pickens.
The Falcons play somebody bad, right?
The Falcons play the Chicago Bears.
The Bears are winning that game.
Detroit or the Steelers play Cincinnati, and the Bills play Cleveland.
Nobody.
I'm probably going to play Singletary because Cleveland has the number 31 defense against running back fantasy football. There you go.
Yeah. Thanks for the question that you answered yourself. We'll be back next week on Wednesday at 2 p.m. ahead of Turkey Day. But for now, become a diehard. Go to gophnx.com/diehard. Just fun, and stay tuned for the Sun Show right after this. Bye.
Gobble, gobble.